walking through a grocery store, do you ever see labels such as organic or free range?
What do you think those really mean?
Do you really think these labels imply that these goods are ethically sourced?
What are the realities behind the guidelines for, let's say, organic?
We asked Cal students what they thought. We're here at Sproul Plaza at UC Berkeley to find out what organic really means and if these kids really know what they're talking about. Let's go! Hello, Berkeley student. Do you have a second for me to ask you a few questions?
I guess so.
Okay. So I was wondering, I'm having a hard time figuring this out.
Okay.
Do you think this eggplant is organic?
Let me look at it. I'm gonna say yeah.
How about now?
Oh my god! This looks like it was pumped with GMOs.
Oh,
Genetically modified organisms.
GMO, no, you better don't.
No, it's an eggplant.
Closer look?
I'm gonna go with no, yes.
Technically it is, but the point is, we have no idea. Because the label,
It doesn't mean anything.
it doesn't mean anything! We've cracked the code! What does organic mean to you?
I guess organic means like trying not to use any chemicals synthesized by people in things.
No pesticides, no GMOs, naturally grown, and when it comes to like my meats, it's the same thing. Don't clump my meat
I'm
up.
very aggressive when it comes to my meats.
Does it mean that
No pesticides.
No pesticides.
And what else?
Grows
No GMO.
No GMO.
Fresher.
Nothing added to it.
produce.
Organic is a really hard to define term. I read Michael Pollan's Omnivore's Dilemma, and there was a chapter about organic farming, I believe, and how it's really hard to define like what is considered organic. There's not really like a definitive term. And so organic is kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to define for me.
This was supposed to be my investigation, so like if you want to just take over, like you obviously know more. Do you think it has anything to do with how the workers are treated ethically?
I don't think organic has to do with like the ethicality, but I think that that's still really important.
So important, right?
Yes.
We're out here trying to let people know that when you buy organic, you can't be sure what that really means.
Yeah, exactly. Cruelty-free is not just not eating meat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to be very conscious of the implications of what you're purchasing. I just want to know, do you shop organically on purpose?
I definitely do. I don't think I really know why though.
You go to the grocery store and you're buying organic, you're not saving the planet. You can't just be loving yourself
And
like
it'll
that.
be like $3 more too. It's like, okay,
This
I can't
was
even afford
very
organic,
expensive.
but it's not even organic.
The people on UC Berkeley campus, they're smart and beautiful. I don't know how I got in.
Some of you might believe that this label comes from the USDA regulation from the past few decades.
Some of you might even believe that it's created by companies to sell more products with higher prices justified.
However, the concept was first created by Sir Albert Howard after World War II. This term meant more than just the absence of pesticide use. It was a holistic system of agriculture.
Oh, what?
Holistic!
Where are you gonna stick it?
Never mind, Eric. Okay, so it seems like we could use some clarification on what organic means, as defined by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is the government body that divvies out these certifications.
The USDA actually stepped in around the 1980s and created a series of organic farming regulations.
When the USDA first published their reports on organic farming, some people thought it was a cousin of organic chemistry, which is based on carbon.
Oh, I don't eat carbs. So now, organic farming is concretely defined with sets of regulations. One of them is to produce without excluded methods, like genetic engineering. Now, I don't know a lot about genes, unless they come from Abercrombie and Fitch. So we got some expert advice from Sarah Morton, who used to be an organic certifier herself.
I have worked in a couple different capacities. I've worked for organic certification companies. We have quite a slew of them in the United States, and then as well for different standards in different countries. And then I've also been an organic inspector as an independent consultant, which means that I get contracted out through different certification companies to perform organic inspections. So I would represent the certification company and not the grower in that capacity. Does that make sense?
Yes, so you said you represent the certification company, not the farmer.
Right.
Okay.
So my job is to go, when I'm in an inspection capacity, my job is to go out to the farms and verify that that grower or a processing facility, I've done both farms and processing, but my job is to go out to those facilities and verify that the organic system plan that they've put in place, that describes what their activities are, does in fact represent what they're doing. So that happens when they fill out an organic system plan in the very beginning. It's their plan and their practices. They present that to a certification company. It gets reviewed and approved, kind of in comparison to the regulations of the federal government.
Okay.
And so then certifiers, they get inspected every few years as well. So different governmental agencies, usually it's the feds, they come in and they inspect certification agencies in order for them to keep up their accreditation. And they'll pick, a certain percentage of files and they'll audit those files. And that's usually based on risk as well. I've seen a lot, the increase in organics on the shelves has been much greater. Be that through somebody's desire to really and belief in organic, or they understand that through importing organic things, there's a great deal of money to be made in organics. So people get into organics for varying reasons, but I think that's the inspections and the regulations are what help keep, and checks and balances, and people. That's what helps keep things in tow. The labeling requirements were a little loosey-goosey in the beginning, but those, have gotten much more stricter, and we've tightened those up a lot better. So that's been nice to see too, because I remember I'd walk by and I'd see something on a shelf and I'd be like, that's not compliant, that's not compliant.
And are there any perceptions of organic certification or your job as a certifier that you'd like to clarify?
I don't think the general public knows how much goes into becoming certified organic. And then within organic, you can be of all different varying levels, right? You can be organic like in the bare minimum, or you can be organic in the sense that you make your inputs yourself. You try and bring all your inputs in from on farm. You make compost teas, or you follow, you're more like biodynamic and you follow, moon and planting calendars, and you use bull's blood and bone meal and specific inputs. So there's all these different levels of organic in my mind. But as far as the government goes and the regulations, they just have to put this blanket over it and say these are the bare minimum requirements. But there are people who are all different varying levels of and complexities of organic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll follow up if I have any more questions.
There are also misconceptions about the label free range. Can't get enough of these girls, so we're back again. I just need to know, does cage free have anything to do with Nicolas Cage?
No, that's just a meme.
Cage
So
free.
cage free is not a national treasure.
No. I believe.
Not
I
that
could be
silly.
very wrong.
What do you think it
But
is?
I believe it's when they do farming and the animals are not in a cage necessarily.
They're,
but
like,
that doesn't mean they're
free
they're
on
free
the-
to walk around. But isn't that kind of not always true?
Exactly. It's not always true, you guys. Keep an eye out. Think consciously.
Yeah.
Well, you girls already know.
Yeah.
You guys are already good.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I came back.
Cage-free means that the animals that I'm consuming aren't kept in cages and pooping all over themselves.
I love that. You're a real keeper, as in keeper in a cage. Back to you.
Also, Michael Pollan's Omnivore's Dilemma, 8th grade, I read this. I still remember. I don't know how. Okay, so cage-free. I remember in the chapter there was a thing about chickens and how companies can say that they're cage-free if they leave the pen. I don't know. whatever chicken, the coop,
The coop.
open.
Yeah.
But many chickens actually don't venture outside, and they stay within the confines of the coop. But because they allowed the door to be open, they can technically say that it's like cage-free. But it's not necessarily cage-free because they're not actually going outside. But due to like their small confines, they don't even want to like venture outside.
Wow, that's really what we're out here to tell you guys, is that cage-free, the labels, the organic labels are not what they really
They're really
mean.
misleading.
You know what? You're coming with me. We're going. Come on, come on, come on. I mean, I like a chicken here or there, but as long as the chicken is cage-free.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything either. We have no idea.
Yeah, the rules
no
are
idea
dumb.
what we're
There's
eating.
Oh no.
No.
I mean, like, tried growing my own food. It didn't work. It needs to be easier for people to do things, make things better for the world. It
Right.
should be accessible. Like, it's so hard to live like zero waste, like actually cruelty-free.
Thanks again. Back to you.
The USDA's definition of free range is that chickens are able to roam vertically and horizontally and must have access to fresh food and water. They must also have access to the outdoors during the laying cycle.
The laying cycle. You know, I went to Hawaii once. You know what happened right after I got off the plane? I got laid.
The chicken's environment has to resemble its natural one, which means that it has the capacity to scratch, perch, and have nests.
However, there are discrepancies between these regulations and their actual enforcement. While these animal welfare regulations are critical, it's actually very difficult for the USDA to enforce them.
Consistent inspections on the farm are hard to come by.
Therefore, this in fact gives the factory farms the mandate to do whatever they please.
Oh girl, I could use a mandate right now.
Oh, Rivka, can't we all? Now, how can we address the misconception that buying free-range or organic labeled produce implies ethicality?
How about stricter regulations and more frequent investigations?
Are there farmers already practicing these methods?
Eric went to a Berkeley farmers market to see what's up.
And we're here at the local farmers market in Berkeley asking farmers how they ensure that their organic farming methods meet the standards that the public perceives. Hi guys, we're here with Eddie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and you guys?
We're hanging out. We're here to investigate local farms and get some information to our classmates to let them know about what organic really means. So,
Okay.
Can you tell me what organic means?
Organic for us means you're gonna grow it pesticide-free, spray-free. You don't really want chemicals to be touching your produce.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Completely no chemicals at all ecological, all within. Yeah, right, perfect.
Within regulations, yeah.
Right. Oh, so about the regulations, like what do you guys do to like ensure that you guys meet those standards?
So we're certified organic by CCOF. They're a company that comes out and checks your farms to make sure you're growing what you sell. For us, at farmers markets or in wholesale markets as well. Yeah, so they'll come and check out our fields. They do it twice a year.
Okay.
And they will, we give them samples of everything we have on the ground. They'll take that, write that on their notes. And then when we come to the market, they have another inspector and he'll check everything we have on our table and make sure that it coincides with the list that the other inspector has.
Okay, so it sounds like pretty strict regulations to like really get that.
Yeah.
It's what was the company called again?
CCOF?
CCOF.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And what do you think like is the biggest advantages of shopping locally, like at a Berkeley farmers market?
Well, you get everything fresh and it's more tasteful this way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as opposed to when you go to the store, it has a couple of days sitting at the store.
Yeah, it's traveling far. It's like, you know, taking time to even get there, and then it's sitting in the same spot where you guys are having it fresh every Saturday. And we'll just do a quick shout out to your farm. What is it called?
Golden Rule Organics.
Golden Rule Organics. And where can we find you guys?
We're here Thursday, Saturday, and Sundays at the different Berkeley markets. The Ecology Center has one on Thursday, Rose and Shattuck. Saturday here on Center Street, and then Sunday at Kensington, Calusa Circle.
So we can't miss you guys.
Yeah, we're here often.
Yeah, you guys are out here. You guys are really doing it for us.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem, Eric. Thanks again.
Have a great day.
Yeah, likewise.
For me, my greatest takeaway, having been in the industry, is really, I tell people, like, get to know your farmer if you can. Shop local, go to the farmer's market, and get to know who you're buying from, because any questions you might have, if they're usually pretty keen to answer. You know, they love what they do, and so they're pretty excited to share what their practices are.
So it's definitely possible to bridge the gap between what the public perceives as organic and cage-free and the reality of those labels.
You know who's already working on this? Compassionate Bae.
Compassionate Bae? Sorry, I already have a boyfriend.
B-A-Y. Can you please just tell them about this organization?
Okay, right. Compassionate Bae is an organization devoted to environmental protection and animal rights, specifically in regards to the consumer's right to know and the real meanings behind these labels.
This proposed legislation mandates that grocery stores and restaurants share with consumers detailed information about the animal products that they're using. Like if the product is derived from an animal confined in a factory farm, or if the farm has a history of zoonotic diseases.
If passed, this legislation would stipulate that all of that information be posted at the business. Eric, are you serious? Have you been here the entire time?
Yes, come here.
Hi.
Hey girl.
Anyways, I know what you're thinking. What can I do to get involved? How can I affect the right to know legislation?
Call your senators. Call the number on your screen. All you have to do is enter your zip code. Press 1 for Dianne Feinstein, press 2 for Kamala Harris, and let them know you think the right to know policy should be implemented.
And you know what else is critical? Voting. Let's make sure that you're voting in every single election, whether that's on the local, state, or federal level.
Vote. Make a protest on Sprout. Create a vegan meal. Call your local officials.
And your mom, she wants to hear from you.
Your voice matters. Use it responsibly.
Want to know what you can do?
You could call your officials. Ay.
And vote.
Eat an apple. An organic apple.
Excuse me. Can we ask you a couple questions about organic certification? What do you think it really is about? Oh. Do you think the labeling? Oh. All right. Thank you so much for your time.
And if you ever need to go back to high school and have one of those babies where you take care of it all day, I already bought it for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
You wanna name it? Michelangelo.
Michael Pollan.
Michael Pollan Jr.
But I don't You know I have secrets.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
It's for Natural Resource Sociology. We're doing a food story of what organic and cage-free
I thought
labels
this was
actually
for your
mean.
podcast.
No, this is a school project. This is serious.
If it's for school, I'll do it.
Can you just hold that? Thank you. His name is Michael Pollan Jr.
He has a name.
He has a name. I don't know why I came back.
Well, maybe you wanted our son back, but we'll get a lawyer. So see.
We are taking me to court?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
I'm getting full custody over our new
I'll
child.
take you downtown. You don't know me. Paid for by my Uncle Joe. He got money, girl.